Good day, friends. Welcome to the second Around the Table among the MPs. And today I am joined by Simon O'Connor, Melissa Lee, and Simeon Brown. And today we are going to talk about Australian elections. I was there campaigning for the Liberals, and the ground reality was that the vibes were very positive, and I was very sure that Liberals were going to form the government. And I'm very pleased with the result that again Australia is being led by Liberals. Do you have any thoughts about it?
Look, to be honest, I'm stunned. Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't see it coming. In fact, I might talk a little bit later if we get a chance around, I think, the media's role in this. But, I mean, what a victory. I turned my iPad off at night and I thought, I'm going to see Bill Shorten's face when I woke up. And there is ScoMo.
That's right.
It's just marvellous.
It was miraculous.
Yeah.
One of the things that was really interesting was that the exit polls, I think Kanwal brother was talking about the exit polls were actually quite different to the end result. And, a lot of people were predicting that, Bill Shorten was going to win and everything. And the reality, when the election results actually came through, it was the Liberals. So I'm really pleased.
Well, he's gone even better. I mean, look, I'm no expert in Australian politics, and I think I don't know if it's helpful as we sort of look, what are the lessons for us in New Zealand? But he's got a majority government now. So not only were the media and the pollsters and everyone predicting that Shorten and Labour would win, but Scott Morrison and effectively the coalition have increased their lead and are going to govern alone.
Well, they actually had to win seats to actually win government. They were a minority government actually had to pick up seats.
So they've taken off
and
Labour
boundary
seats.
changes had taken seats off them. So they had to really outperform what they did 3 years ago. Actually just to stay in government, and I think that's exactly what we saw them do, particularly winning 2 seats up in Queensland, another 2 down in Tasmania, and maintaining ground in Victoria, where people thought that's where they were going to get wiped out completely.
One thing from my experience campaigning over there for 3 days and to 3 different electorates, I saw that the ethnic vote was
You're a machine, by the way. 3 electorates in 3 days.
Yeah. Basically, I saw that they were very open in supporting Liberals because they could see that the government led by the Liberals is good for the economy. And that is one thing which we have to learn from there, that we have to take the ethnic support for national also over here. And that is very important for us. What do you say, Melissa?
And I think, it's really like in the seat of Chisholm in Victoria. I mean, I still have friends in Australia. In Box Hill, say hi to Selga, which is, part of Chisholm electorate. And you had 2, ethnic Chinese, one from Taiwan and one from mainland China, who actually competed. And it looks like, it's a very, very tight race, but it looks like the Liberal Liu, first Chinese member in the lower house will actually happen as a result of that election result, and good on them.
I think they have got first Indian also in the lower house, and hopefully he will make it.
Have they got the first Filipino, though, which, of course, we've got here with Paulo Garcia. Now, maybe we can beat the Liberals on that one.
First Korean.
First Korean, that's right.
First
Indian, that's
yes,
right.
So
yes.
National has been very diverse from the start. The first Asian MP and first cabinet minister is also given by National.
Yeah.
So
Kenzie Wong.
people don't realize this thing, and they always have got a wrong impression that the other parties are more diverse than anybody else. But it is the fact that the National Party has always brought the diversity to New Zealand Parliament.
What I really liked about Scott Morrison, who
ScoMo.
has ScoMo, is that he was someone who just wore his heart on his sleeve throughout the campaign. He talked about his family, he talked about his faith, things which he was not ashamed to just get out there and just be who he was. And I think Australians like that. They like someone who is honest, hardworking, real.
But I think
Down
there.
that's a lesson for us too. I mean, obviously you've got those in the leadership, but it applies to us as MPs as well. Just be who we are, and I suppose people can judge us on that. But they have I'd often describe it, doesn't matter what my opinion is versus theirs, if we're able to both freely and frankly say who we are, you just say wear your heart on your sleeve, or your values, you can have a free and open conversation.
Oh, I think people actually see fakeness.
That's
They see right through fake, MPs.
Really?
Yeah, I think they do.
Oh.
I think they do though. I think, and you know, often, you know, I'm from a seat, you know, I'm a list MP based in a very strong Labour electorate, right? It's the electorate of the Prime Ministers, and I go door knocking and whatever, and you know, often, you know, you get dismissed as a, you know, national MP, right? And then, but they get to know you, and they know that you work hard, and you know,
That's
I
right.
have very strong Labour supporters who actually turn, "Good day, Melissa, how are you? Nice to see you out." You know, it's like that, right?
It's that personal
People
touch.
see you, you are real, you are down to earth, and I think they appreciate the fact that you are like that.
Exactly. They appreciate. When they see you working hard,
Yeah.
they appreciate you.
That's right.
Struck me too though about the issues. I mean, it's always a bit. Oh, well, it can be heavy to always go back to the economy, but that seemed to me what the Liberals were focusing on. I mean, a wide range of topics, but they really hammered the importance of the economy. You know, that the kids can get education and access to healthcare. I mean, you were over there. Was that the fundamental messages?
Yeah, exactly. The people were very concerned that the Labour had the plans to spend the money, nothing to see how they are going to grow the economy, whereas Liberals were very focused on that, and that's what the people want. People on the ground, they want to make sure they have got bread on the table, they have got a roof above the head, and that's it. But whereas the Labour Party just talking about spending.
There's no real
I
difference to
think
here, isn't it?
people really get sick of, you know, taxing, spending, borrowing.
That's
They
right.
know that that's going to impact on their own pockets. And I mean, when people are struggling, when families are actually struggling to put food on the table, and you know, having difficulty paying for, you know, petrol, for example, I think people want to know that the economy is actually going great.
Absolutely.
But before we actually finish, I just actually want to say, you know, we had some amazing New Zealanders who actually helped with the
That's right.
ScoMo campaign, and I just want to say Kelly Boxall, you know, she
Yeah,
was the
she's
head of our
fantastic.
social media. She went there to help out ScoMo.
I don't know if it's one thing though, because I mean, look, a whole lot of them went over. One thing I want to get on, I suppose, on the record though, or raise with you guys, is the fact that the media, the pollsters, the commentariat were all for Labour winning. And there's just a question in my mind of how much they're operating, sort of trying to push an agenda rather than
That's right.
report what's happening, because this is not the first time that they've got it so wrong. I don't know, am I out of order with that?
No, I think you're right. I mean, you look at Brexit, you look at Trump, you look at other elections around the world. You know, there's people aren't saying to the pollsters what they actually think.
Yeah.
And but you also wonder how much the pollsters are polling to get it, you know, the results that they think that work for them. So, you know, I think we've got to ensure that we give voice to people who work hard, pay their taxes.
It's a quiet majority, isn't it?
Quiet
really?
majority.
So-
That's right.
So Simon, I would like to ask you that last night we saw that David Seymour was filibustering.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any comment about
Well, look, a few of us were talking about that because we've had this whole euthanasia assisted suicide bill coming up, and usually he was filibustering his own bill. He was trying to slow things down. Look, I think it's a nervousness that he doesn't have the numbers that he thought he does. In fact, in my opinion, I don't know what your guys are, but the longer we talk about this, the more the eyes and the ears of our colleagues open to go, this is dangerous, but it's like almost unheard of a member to be filibustering
That's right.
their own bill.
To be very frank, the select committee process has proved that more than 90% of the people are against it.
Yeah.
And that's a message for every MP, how to look upon this report.
And if I could link it to Aussie, I think it comes back to your earlier comment about Scott Morrison. Not about exactly where he stands on certain issues, but you never went to bed wondering where he stood on any issues, from the economy to immigration to moral issues. I think that's, for me, one of the takeaway lessons as in this case, a national politician, to, you know, talk the talk, be firm about what the
That's
right
right.
policies are. Yeah.
No, I agree with you there.
All right. Thank you very much for
No, thank-
joining me
thank you,
today.
Kanwal. Thanks,
And we hope that
Thank you for the
we will-
invitation.
I hope that we will continue to bring around the table for you on regular intervals when the House is sitting and discuss the topics which are close to the heart of the people. And thank you for viewing us.